All right.
We're sneaking into contention here with that birdie.
Top 15 now on the leaderboard. Frank, you've talked about this sort of New England feel they gave this golf course when they remodeled it. This is a pretty good example here at the third hole.
Yeah, that stone wall behind just sort of makes the golf course look like it's been there forever. They have tweaked the green a little bit on that left side, created a little bit of a ridge. You can sort of play the ball off that if you know where you're going.
Wait, what? Okay.
Frank, which way is this headed?
Judging by his body English, looks like it's heading a little right. There is a bit of green out there, though.
That would be a great look at birdie. And getting ready for the putt. That's an important birdie right there, into the top 5 on this leaderboard.
Well, there's so much at stake this week, Rich.
Action is underway, and we'll take you out to hole number 4. Frank, this is a very nice start to the round. Couple of birdies on the scorecard, looks extremely solid.
Yeah, it looks well poised actually to have a very good round today.
This has really been an airtight performance to this point, just flawless.
Looks like it's heading for the bunker.
Oh, shit.
Good breaks, and you got one right there.
Yeah, I guess the bunker was a little smaller than I thought.
Oh, I didn't even see how far that went. It was a far-ass shot, though.
Really? This is an awkward length.
It should have been changed X. As soon as I started, I have to go in and change it. Yesterday.
The 5th hole, beefy at 466 yards. What's the best way to attack here?
It's a gentle dog leg left, Rich. That first bunker really doesn't come into play on the right side. The one on the left is the one you've got to be cognizant of. Get something a little right of that, you'll have second shot around 160, 170 yards.
Y'all quit jumping.
Frank, you think about the great rivalries in sports, the Yankees and the Red Sox, Ollie and Frazier, and in golf, Nicklaus and Palmer. Great athletes, great teams pushing one another to great heights.
It's amazing how that's gone forward too, because Nicklaus and Palmer really became Nicklaus and Watson. Then there was like Norman Faldo, but some would say that Faldo Ballesteros, 6 majors to 5, was even more important. But in this era that we're in now, I think we're all praying for that Woods-McIlroy rivalry. You know, Woods with 14 majors, McIlroy already with 4. That really is one to salivate over. He's loading up on it.
Look at the coil there.
Full power on that.
Wow. John Daly, take a back seat, big fella. How about that drive?
Is it stopped yet? It's still going.
Nothing to argue about there. Right in the fairway. Frank, the TPC Boston really starts to show its teeth here in the 5th hole.
Yeah, beautiful hole. That green up ahead, though, there's 3 different sections. Obviously, the easy section is that middle one where it just pokes out to the left.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor. On the green, chance for birdie. Settles in over the putt.
Juice box up. Fly.
Go away.
Ooh, I missed that.
No, Rich, that was a huge putt. You don't expect to make them from that distance. Rich, in that great opportunity, name on top of the leaderboard. It is only round 1.
Good place to be. Now on to the 5th, and Frank,
Got
a
in the
pretty
first
challenging
place,
par
round
4.
Yeah, gentle dogleg to the left. There's a short bunker on the right. That's not really in play. You can just see that one on the left. Ideally, just want to hit something around 330 yards to this very difficult green.
Trying to get a stream out every day, but get anybody up for GTA in a little bit. Shit, I was gonna see if I had any clubs.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the Boston Championship.
Nice.
Looks good. That is just a
160 yards
beautiful
shot.
shot.
The wind. Take that.
Second
Where are you
shot.
playing?
Good look at the green.
Golf.
Golf.
Yeah. Shit.
Well, this is though they're going to need to use all their strength to sort of hack
Get
it
up
out
there.
of that rough,
Oh.
missing it off the tee here. You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish. But, well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break.
Wow, what a shot. Doesn't even need the putt.
Don't even need to putt.
And another par 4 here at the 13th TPC Boston.
This is a slugger's paradise. Plays much longer than its 450 yards uphill. Big carry with the tee shot. That second shot's not exactly short either.
Fucker.
Can a ball explode?
That is big. I mean, really big. Well, that was a beautiful drive, Frank. Really good position to take advantage.
Sitting up beautifully in the fairway.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag.
Really?
This is a green light special.
Frank, this is just a pleasure to watch. A player hitting on all cylinders at the top of his game.
Notice it's just flowing too. There's not a lot of deep analysis going through his mind. Just one step in front of the other. If your swing's there, you don't have to find it. If your putting stroke's there, you don't have to find it. Just let it happen.
The hell did I just do? Okay.
I'm getting my butt whooped on this one. Where do you think you go?
We just saw a player in total control of what he's doing. Didn't miss a green in regulation all day long. Par yesterday, now for birdie.
Oh,
Frank, I
shit.
thought that was in. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Not going
It's
for a
all
par.
right, Heck.
Let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it's going to hurt the cause.
So, hanging in down the stretch with a par. Frank, at the 14th down, anytime you get a par 4 that is almost 500 yards, it gets your attention.
It does play downhill, though, so you don't have to smash away here. It's better if you can get something moving a little right to left. Then it will take the natural slope. You get a little more yardage out of it that way.
Usher stack.
Do what?
I sacked him before he even could throw the ball. I boat right through the middle of his lineup.
Smokes it.
50 gone, buddy.
A great way to start a hole, nicely placed in the fairway. Let's see what they do from a good lie in the
Okay,
fairway.
Heck.
180 yards to go.
Face anyway. Just gonna put the camera behind me. Focus it on my bed so you can just stare at my dogs laying on the bed. Answer can't. Oh. Anime golfing? What do you mean? Rory McIlroy.
All right, Frank, we're teed up at the 15th, and a lot to talk about with your caddy on this tee shot.
Yeah, which club, which line, series of bunkers down the left. That one short right doesn't really come into play. Another one, really, fairway first.
Might be able to drive this.
There's something about a well-hit shot.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Oh!
Outstanding strike right there. Right off the center of the club face. And a good chance for birdie.
Game
He's set now
40
over the putt.
cigars and kick a field goal. Dang, they giving me this hard crap, dude.
Oh.
Frank, there's an old basketball announcer who used to say when a ball went in and out of the cylinder just the way that one did, he would say, ringtail howitzer.
Trying to build up for us. They're playing this online.
And
I
that
think
one
that's
just
my
didn't
rear
go
end
in.
more than once. Bad, too.
That's how you maintain momentum. Make
By
those
another
putts for
quarter,
par.
I was catching up to him.
Well, Rich, 2 rounds in the books, and it's easy to see why the leaders are on top of that leaderboard.
Excellent performance, but still a long ways to go in this tournament.
Having some energy drink right now. G Fuel. Might switch to whiskey in a minute. It's gonna be a good night. So set a goal for 750 this weekend. See ya, Hicks. Thanks for stopping by, buddy.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the Boston Championship. But this could be really good, Frank.
On straight at it.
Nice long tee shot there and a good lie, Frank. Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot.
What up, Stevie?
Good swing, good shot yet again. Well, he's on the green, but still plenty of work left. 25 footer coming up. This one measures out to 24 feet.
Sure. Oh, dang.
I thought that was in.
Yeah, it looked good. I mean, line, pace. It's hard to be critical of that.
Hit.
See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. Pretty much doing everything right this week. 11 under for the tournament.
Almost done with Far Cry 5.
Hole number 8
Dang.
now, 213 yards in length.
Taking my
Par
time
five.
with it.
Frank,
Still.
what can we expect?
Really narrow at the front of the screen. A lot
Stevie
of
said he's
mounding,
almost
normally
done with
kicks
Far
towards
Cry
the left.
5.
One place you don't want to go, though, is that left bunker.
I won't make
Bunker
that.
shots all downhill from there.
I've killed the John, I think, whoever the dude was, south. Killed the southern dude.
Frank,
Shit.
I think that's going to the bunker.
I always slice
like
it.
it.
And the tee shot ends up
It's on
in the
sale
bunker.
right now.
What is?
Huh?
Great
Far Cry
knees,
is?
great hands in this shot.
Yeah, it's on sale
Yeah,
right now.
touch. You have to have
For how
that feel.
much?
You have something between the ball and the club face. So it's a different feel, but you also have to have imagination.
It's $40-something instead of $59.
That's fucking crazy. It just came out.
I think it's like 40 cents.
And this is how you build a good round, Frank. You just
Got two
keep
bosses.
hitting greens.
Yeah, I only killed the one in the south. I really don't want to kill Faith. I'm worried if it's
Standing over this putt.
like
Concentrating
GTA.
on
If
the
you would have
lead.
killed one of the characters, you wouldn't have that character to play anymore. I'm worried if I kill Faith, if I won't be able to go kill those crazy animals that turn into other animals.
Good Lord.
Turns into a bliss cloud, and then turns into another animal.
Come on, you have to make that, don't you? Drop shot here at the 8th.
The
Well,
fun,
that
Just
Far
a
Cry, I
fun
had the other one.
fun live stream.
Suddenly, we have a tie for the lead.
Bogey there. It's not the worst you could
Good
make on
fixed
a hole like
game.
that.
Hole number 9, Frank, 472 yards. Good par 4.
Yeah, if you blink, it'll catch you.
Frank, the beauty of golf, we're not playing inside a dome with no wind. You have to be able to handle the elements.
You do, and that's really where the better player comes through. On a day like today, anything around par is going to be a good score, so just adjust your own mental par.
That was luck. That was pure luck.
Shit.
Great line. What a great shot. You really
I don't
hit
know
it a
how my
long
dude caught
way.
that ball. I swear to
Frank,
God.
golf so often is a game of avoiding something. What do you want to stay away from here at the 9th?
You have to avoid that little pot bunker just short of the green. If the pin's at the back, it's fine. You can fly the ball into the middle of the green.
Shit.
But if the pin's on the front, just make sure you carry that little bunker.
Not enough on that.
Oh, just seemed to baby it.
Okay, good shot on the dance floor.
Even par currently.
Maybe lifted right there, just sort of peaked. Locked in on the read and the speed. So back and forth we go. The bogey and suddenly in second place.
Yeah, hopefully that's the last one of the day.
Rich Lerner alongside Frank Novello for EA Sports on a gorgeous New England afternoon. It's fall, the leaves are changing, and maybe the fortunes will change as players get set for the 10th hole.
Yeah, good par 4, relatively straight. No fairway bunkers. He's loading up on it.
Look at the coil there.
What a great shot.
Frank, I know you like boxing. That was some heavyweight power right there.
Smoke.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from that.
Seems to like it. Headed for the back part of the green. Really good distance control there, and well to his strengths. Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. That was a nice birdie, and no doubt he's feeling pretty good about his position on this leaderboard.
A series of good holes in a row has got him to this point.
There you have it. Round 3 is finished, and it was a good one, Frank.
Yeah, after 3 rounds in, you really could start to see who could take home the trophy when it's all said and done. Great play, though, up until this point. Round 4 should be an absolute thriller.
Oh, not much, just chilling.
That's always fine.
My dog's screaming that she's having a heat stroke. Breathing really hard.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live final round coverage of the Boston Championship. Hello again and welcome. I'm Rich Lerner alongside my friend and colleague Frank Novello. We're at the TPC Boston here in Massachusetts. And Frank, what kind of a golf
What's
course are we facing today?
Big golf course, very much a sort of an inland link style. Gil Hands and Brad Faxon, they've tweaked it over the last few years. It's been a staple on the FedEx Cup playoffs since 2007.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin.
Well, with a good shot here, Rich. This eagle on the cards, hole very reachable from where he is.
Don't get many opportunities like this. This is a good place to take advantage.
Should have known I wouldn't be able to.
This is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. That is always so disappointing from that kind of a spot when you come up short.
Yeah, you're licking your chops over that one. Shot you think you could hit directly at the flag. Now, test for the short game.
Well, that's what the great ones do. From the rough, they use their skill and their strength to get it out and get it close.
Chance for back-to-back.
Moves into second place with that birdie. Now with the par 4 15th, what do you think of this hole, Frank?
I love the strategy involved here. It's not just necessarily a driver off the tee. Smart play often comes on top here because it's a second shot hole.
Well, this is where they're going to need to use all their strength to sort of hack it out of that rough. Missing it off the tee here. Frank, better than we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that looked like it was headed for that quick stuff the whole way. But a little fortunate. And I guess you're allowed that in this game.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here.
Oh,
That is an excellent play right there. The approach, getting him another good look. Now this for birdie, came away with par in the previous round.
whoa.
Now putt for par.
Settles in over the putt.
And that par certainly won't hurt the cause.
There's still some time. Frank, fishing is a nice sport, just not at this hole.
Yeah, a little left here, you'll be more than fishing, that's for sure. Now, there's a little mound on the right side. It's about twice the size of the coffee table. When the flag's there, you need your best.
Oh!
Making it look easy at
Oh,
this
almost
point.
crapped
Another
myself for a hole in
beautiful approach
one.
shot.
Woo!
Not a gimme, but well within his range.
Thanks, Stevie. You're awesome, bro. Oh!
Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
Burning edges.
Punch this one home, finish it up. He'll take par and move on. Frank, 412 yards on the card doesn't look like a whole lot, but
You can play a little longer because really you've got to play it down the right. Don't play it as a dog leg. Just go point A and then point B.
wayward from the tee, and this one is headed for the rough, Frank. Frank, what's the best way to get at the golf ball when it's sitting down just a bit in the rough?
You have to accept the fact first and foremost that you're not going to get clean contacts. You have to decide whether the ball's going to come out short or it's going to fly. Because very rarely will it come out the normal distance of what you hit on the fairway. So if it's a little thin and wispy, chances are it might fly. If it's nestled down, you're going to have to take at least another putt.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Frank, the 18th here at TPC Boston. This is one of the most exciting finishing holes in golf.
It was changed a couple of years ago, and it's such a better hole now. Two little bunkers right in front of you, 270 yards. But if you want like a litmus test, that one on the right, Bubba Watson can carry that.
Right.
Why?
Two little bunkers, one on the left, one on the right.
Nice drive, right in the fairway, and a good
I hit
swing
one
on that one.
445 earlier, dude.
This could be a huge momentum swing here, Frank.
Yeah, one more good swing, and he's going to have an eagle putt coming up. I know you don't want to get ahead of yourself, but it is well on the cards.
Uh-oh.
This one has a chance to
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, come on.
Amazing how quickly the round changes. He'll quickly pick up 2 shots on the field.
And takes care of business there.
Solid start.
Frank, the 18th here at TPC Boston has generated a lot of buzz through the years, hasn't it?
It has, and those changes have just made this finishing hole
Got an
so much
albatross.
better. The fact that they've narrowed up the front of the green, they've made that left side more severe. Now you can't bail out on the left. If you do, it's an awful little pitch or even a putt up the hill.
The addition of that pot bunker, Frank, how has that changed the hole?
Well, if you stray off the tee or find one of those bunkers with your
Play
tee shot, you
something
really have to be aware of exactly the distance that little pot bunker is away. Because if you just sort of whack it out of the bunker and lay it up there, you find the next bunker, then you're in trouble.
Wells Fargo Championship. You have it, Stevie?
Nope.
Ooh, uh-oh. Oh, I see some water in this one.
Coverage coming your way is presented by EA Sports and the PGA Tour.
I just kicked the football in my face.
Frank, I think the mark of a good golf course design, changing directions. We go from a right to left hole, now at the 12th to a left to right hole.
Yeah, there's no 2 holes at 12 holes.
Oh,
Look the
shit.
same. And this one's slightly downhill.
Got a hold of
Feel like
that
it's
one.
a little bit to the right. And it's a bit of a sleeper.
Oh, just hit
and plus
somebody.
you add in on top of that 450 yards plus. This is a
Look
fairway
at
that
the
has to be hit.
motherfucker.
No bueno.
I mean, I caught it, but, you know, it was one of them quick stops as soon as I caught it.
Crap.
So the second of the
Ready to
par
go down the
4
golf cart.
goes begging,
Cart path.
and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here. This looks like it's going to find the target.
That is classy.
No chance of going there. Don't like
shit.
that one again.
Oh, man.
Just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. This would give him a bogey. Well, with that drop shot, moves to 1 over for the tournament. Our featured golfer has made it to the 13th hole. Let's pick up the action right there. Frank, what's the mindset this late in the first round when you haven't played your best?
Well, somehow you got to get into the clubhouse, minimize the damage. You've also got to figure out what's gone wrong. Little trip to the range, fix it up. Tomorrow will be a better day.
Don't touch it. Starts doing that, don't touch it.
Just a formality.
Almost, but
You get the sense now with that birdie that our young star, so explosive, is setting himself up for a big weekend run. Well, Frank, as we arrive at the par 4 14th, just 345 yards, our players no doubt are looking for a little advice from a guy who's been there. You've done it at the highest level. What's the right play here?
Rich, after all these years, I think it's like a modified tee shot. And what I'm going to say with that is like a strong 3-wood, something that pitches around 270 and kicks 30 or 40 yards, finishes up about 20 yards short of the green. I think that's the best ploy. You won't be able to get at all the flags, but I think you'll play the hole under par for the week.
When's the right time to pull out the big driver and have a go at this green?
I don't think there is, but maybe you at home should try.
there you go, Stevie. Fuck that dude who's trying to cover your shit up. Let me know if he pops in.
Drivable par 4, not for most in this field, but for this guy, yes, he has just knocked it on. What a shot.
Thanks, buddy.
It's a long way
That's
to the
pretty
hole
comfy.
from here.
I think it
Never
made me
easy.
grow into relax my back.
Frank, this game will drive you crazy.
Yeah, you can do so many things right, and then just something so simple, completely wrong.
Frankie's going for 2 birdies in a row.
If you can knock this one in, then that's certainly going to help the confidence.
Frank, you've navigated so many leaderboards in your career. This is the way to do it, isn't it?
Well, there's plenty of holes ahead too, Rich. 3rd place, a really good position to be playing from here on in.
Yeah, tell me if that dude comes back in. He doesn't need to be a moderator if he fuck. Not even say hello to the stream. Start spamming. Pretty effed up.
Right where they were aiming, in the fairway. Frank, who knows, with a green mile looming ahead starting at 16, this might be the last great chance for a player to really make something happen.
And Rich, you're going to have to get a very high second shot, something that gets up very quickly. And the reason why, I don't think there's a flat portion on this green.
Right. I got that shit squared away. Dude isn't the moderator anymore. Call it what he can. Block people. Of course.
Frank, Rory McIlroy had his coming out party on the PGA Tour right here at Quail Hollow. That was in 2010. You remember that final round 62?
We certainly do, Rich. That great finish to post 62. Personally, I thought that was the best round shot in 2010. I mean, not just because it was his first round, but it showed you what he was capable of. I mean, obviously, you've got to see that ever since.
How'd you like it?
I have to go get my dog some water. It's like breathing hard. Are you melting? Not that hot right now.
This is EA Sports PGA Tour coverage coming up next. What really sets Quail Hollow apart here at the Wells Fargo Championship, the brutal finishing stretch. They call it the Green Mile. And we are excited to bring you all of the tournament action. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Novello.
Extra.
Look at this. Look at all the power in that coil.
Ooh, that is long. That's beyond long.
That is a sensational play right there, and you have to think that the little helping breeze gave that a nice boost.
He can't be that good.
Didn't check, Frank.
Yeah, just not enough spin on that, really. I mean, that almost like took that first bounce and just ricocheted forward.
Oh.
Thanks for birdie after that beautiful shot.
These putts keep the round together. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Getting robbed.
Just knock it in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it was, hurt the course.
Workmanlike hole. He walks away with a par. Back here at the par 4 11th at Quail Hollow, set to tee off. What's the right game plan here, Frank?
Oh, there's two really. That left bunker off the tee, it's about 265 yards to get it on the fairway, or 308 yards, 310 yards run out there. I've seen players just try and carry the bunker, sort of set up a short iron, and I've seen players like Rory McIlroy just try and blast a driver with a hook on it. Both strategies have worked.
Frank, did you hear the sound of that coming off the club face?
It was like a cannon.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin.
Steeply up the hill here. This is going to play very long.
Safely on there.
Oh, dang it.
On the green in regulation. Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. Looks primed right now.
Anything other than backing up. Very aggressive. That birdie now in second.
Here we are now at the 12th, and Frank, this is a beautiful but dangerous hole, par 4.
It is in a number of ways. The hole bends gently to the right, which you'd think would favor a nice little fade, but the fairway just seems to shrink up. I've seen this fairway missed by so many good players. And plus it's yardage. 450 odd. You can't really lay back too far, otherwise you've got too long for your second shot.
Frank, we always say about Quail Hollow, you have to play with a clear head. You have to be thinking your way around this golf course. So what's the right thought process on this second shot?
Keep the ball in the right section.
Only eat meat
You know, that
and
front
bread.
portion there, you can't afford to go long when the flag's there. Conversely, when the flag's in the back, you can't afford to be putting up and over that bridge. So you've got to be
Pin steeper.
All the way back there. What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
that incredible approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up.
Oh, that was my old outfit. But
Given the situation, Rich, things so tight at the top. Very, very good birdie.
That was huge right there. Still with a great chance to come away with this title.
This one's looking good. That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look. Didn't fare too well on this hole yesterday. Made a bogey. Racking him and stacking him right now. 6 under par for the tournament. Well, now we come to the really interesting 345-yard par 4 14. Frank, I'm thinking that if you're leading, you're probably not going to try to
maybe
drive
prime
this
rib.
and take
Might
on
also
the
be
risk
one
with
of
the
my
water
favorite
on the left. But if you're behind, you have a chance to make up some ground.
Yeah, I have it written in my yardage book, Rich, on this hole. Only good and bad things happen with the driver. Nothing in between.
Well, they claim it's a reachable par 4. We haven't seen a whole lot of people do it today. We just saw it right there. Well done.
oh shit!
Yeah, that's a good putt right there. From that distance, he'll settle. Birdie here yesterday, trying to do it again today.
Damn it.
Everybody loves him. Birdie on the card.
Now at the par 5, 15th hole, 577 yards. Frank, you remember what Rory McIlroy did here in 2010, that final round, 62?
I certainly do, Rich. That was an amazing run on the second 9. And holes like this, too. He just stood up here with a driver and just obliterated it down there with a nice draw. Took those bunkers out of play and just set up a mid-iron. That's a ginormous tee shot.
This could be a huge momentum swing here, Frank.
Yeah, one more good swing, and he's going to have an eagle putt coming up. I know you don't want to get ahead of yourself, but it is well on the cards.
now, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
This is going.
Just averted danger right there. So close.
What is he avoiding that?
But the Gunny is well within his range. Just an amazing display of what could continue to fall. There you have it. The second round is complete. Another solid effort put together, and it shows on the scorecard.
And after 2 rounds, you really start to see not only who's playing well, but who's consistent.
Doubt I'll hit 100 tonight, but didn't expect to hit 90. Waiting for pizza.
EA Sports is proud to present today's PGA Tour coverage.
And we welcome you to one of the most popular golf courses on the PGA Tour. It is Quail Hollow in Charlotte, North Carolina. And Frank, it is just starting to heat up out on the golf course. Fans are streaming in, anticipating a highly contested event with the best golfers in the world.
One reason the fans love this course so much, Rich, is the green mile. It's fine to have a good golf course, but it's got to have a great finish. It's got a great finish, then it becomes a great golf course. Quail Hollow has that great finish of 16-17.
Good tee shot, good lie, and now a good chance to take advantage here on this hole. And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor.
Rather nice shot.
One shot. And almost in. Made it climb his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. Really starting to shine, moves to 10 under for the tournament. Frank, in today's modern game where players are hitting it so far, I always feel like one of the more exciting holes is a reachable par 5, and here we are at the 5th, 570 yards.
Yeah, this is reachable providing you hit a good drive. Otherwise, it becomes very awkward on the layup. Sort of often threading the ball out of trees and just trying to find some sort of third shot. So to your point, big advantage with a good tee shot here.
That was risky. Pays off.
They'll pay a little bit of a price for missing the fairway here, because from that rough, you cannot control the spin on the golf ball. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Frank, we remember what Rory McIlroy did here in 2010, his first PGA Tour victory, a 62 in the final round. It was also the first victory for Ricky Fowler.
Yeah, and oddly enough, it was in the playoff. And in that playoff, Ricky just pulled out a driver and smashed it down and then hit a sand on that front left flag. Basically the gimme distance. Not only did he win in the playoff, but he beat Rory McIlroy, the then world #1 in DA points. And that was the same Ricky Fowler that, remember, in the playoff in 2015.
Damn it.
Drove the ball in equally daunting fashion over those 3 playoff at TPC Silver.
And he has it for birdie. Now set to tee off at the 6th. It is a long par 3, 250 yards.
We could take a little bit off for the downhill, but whichever way you look at it, it's still going to be a beefy par 3. Protected on the left by that front bunker, and if you sort of scoot one long, there's another bunker over there as well.
Should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. And that's how you play the game. Right there. Try yesterday. Not the bird. Racking them and stacking them. That's 12 under par now for the tournament. Frank, there's a lot to chew on here as you get to the tee at the 532-yard par 5-7.
In today's game, 530 plus change you think is incredibly short. And look at the trouble in front of you. All the way down the right side and around that right side of the green. But this is not for the faint of heart. The game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air.
Beautiful rhythmic swing right there, right down Peachtree.
Well, with a good shot here, Rich. This eagle on the cards, hole very reachable from where he is.
Don't get many opportunities like this. This is a good place to take advantage. This has been a tee green clean. Absolutely perfect. Everything coming off the center of the club face and everything in regulation.
Thank you very much for that.
Frank, in golf, there's nothing quite like the final round of a hotly contested championship, and this one could be a doozy.
And there's nothing quite like that leaderboard I'm looking at right now. We are going to have some amazing golf. This one is going to
Filter is
have to
already
be
built
won.
into my phone. S9 Plus. Yeah, we got gloves. That's the
This is EA Sports PGA Tour coverage coming your way.
Thanks for joining us here today in
Coach.
Charlotte, North Carolina for the final round of the Wells Fargo Championship. Frank, what do we have out here today?
Well, if history has a chance of repeating itself, remember those great closing rounds by Rory McIlroy? That 62, that was one of the best rounds ever shot that year back in 2010. And, of course, that playoff, too. Ricky Fowler back in 2012. We actually beat out then world number one, Rory McIlroy, with that stunning drive down the finishing hole and brilliant wedge to a tight flag. This golf course, it can give it, it can take it away. But for us, from where we're sitting, Rich, we'll enjoy the view today.
doubt about it.
Yeah.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Come on.
Well, Frank, you hate to miss the green on a par 5 with your third shot.
Well, they say par 5s are the easiest holes to birdie, but the hardest holes to make 4. Making a 6, though, that certainly sets yourself backwards. So tough up and down. That's a big green. Just managed to get it smack bang in the middle of it.
Good work right there. He'll settle for par.
Now to the par 4 11. Frank, what do you think of this hole?
It's an interesting hole, Rich, and I'm curious to see how aggressive players will play here today. The easy way, obviously, is just hit it down the right side and set up a nice second shot with a short iron. Or the most fun way is to take the big stick out and try and bite off as much of that corner as you choose, but be prepared to pay the price should it not come off.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for 11.
Staring at the approach now at the par 4 11.
This is a good-looking shot.
Oh,
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on the easy birdie.
Birdie putt coming up. The par on this hole yesterday. Good putt.
Frank, I think the mark of a good golf course design, changing directions. We go from a right to left hole, now at the 12th, to a left to right hole.
Yeah, there's no two holes at Quail Hollow that look the same. And this one's slightly downhill, fairway tilts a little bit to the right, and it's a bit of a sleeper. And plus you add in on top of that 450 yards plus. This is a fairway that has to be hit.
Frank, this is good golfing weather. Nice strong breeze.
He goes after it like he is here.
oh, there it is. 402.
Knew it right away. Picked up the tee, didn't even look at it. We can see it. It's perfect. Right down the middle of the fairway. Can't hide the flagstick from that man. And getting ready for the putt. You'll love them, the birdies, and that's another one.
Here we are at the par 3 13th hole. It's 210 yards. What does it take here, Frank?
It's one actually where you'd rather be conservative than aggressive here. And the reason why is this green tends to roll off at the back and the front and the middle there. So it's just something that pitches more in the central part of the green is really what's required.
Can't hide the 5-stick from that one. Another one inside 5 feet. He's putting for birdie now. Doing what needs to be done. You need to make them from that distance. Wow, Frank, this is a really good little par 4, isn't it, the 14th?
It is, and this is where one of those strong 3-woods comes in. The last 50 or 60 yards, is the ball kicks down and towards the left, and it sounds like an aggressive play, but like a hard 3-wood trying to run it down there is actually not a bad play.
Is it drivable?
It is drivable, but it's whether it's worth the risk. This looks like it's going to find the target.
Oh, crap.
That one was running so hot.
Second shot.
On the green. A chance for birdie. Now this for birdie came away with par in the previous round.
Good roll, good putt.
Now at the par 5, 15th hole, 577 yards. Frank, you remember what Rory McIlroy did here in 2010, that final round, 62?
I certainly do, Rich. That was an amazing run on the second 9. And holes like this, too. He just stood up here with a driver and just obliterated it down there with a nice draw. Took those bunkers out of play and just set up a mid-iron.
Frank, that one is long, and it is straight.
Well, in baseball, that's a home run. In golf, that is a huge advantage over everybody else that plays the game. You imagine just teeing up on every hole knowing that you've got 20 or plus yards over your fellow competitors?
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
No problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Frank, not just a player, but an artist. Beautiful work right there.
The only thing I can say, Rich, is that was Sylvia's.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Just an amazing display. The record continues. This is the start of what some say is the toughest finishing stretch on the PGA Tour. It's known as the Green Mile. Frank, what makes it so challenging?
Well, this hole in particular, Rich, the dogleg right, it means it plays every inch of it's just over 500 yards. That bunker you can see down the right, 325 yards to carry that. If you can fly the ball that far, at least you can pull off 2 quarters of this hole. That is well required here. Otherwise, it's a long, long second shot.
Great strike and a great result. Setting up, good chance to attack the flag. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
He's knocked it on the green, but he's in great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try.
Just 2 holes remaining here at Quail Hollow in Charlotte, North Carolina. This is the signature par 3, 221 yards, the 17th.
And they have a multitude of tees here. One of the new back tees is actually where the old 16th green was. And if you think don't go left is the way to play, then that won't work either, because right's not that much good. This is it. Stand on the tee and you better hit a good shot.
No problems there. Really good approach shot. Now, good looking for 8 par yesterday. This one for birdie.
Yeah.
Wow, I thought that was in. So they'll tap in. Did the job right there. Here we are, the 18th hole at Quail Hollow. Simply put, Frank, a player needs to hit maybe his best tee shot of the day.
I would agree with you, Rich. If you were to measure this hole from trees on the left to trees on the right, it's actually a really wide fairway or expansive land. But that creek that just meanders its way through the middle of this hole completely changes the nature of this hole. And consequently, you hit the nail on the head. If you don't hit a good tee shot, you will rack up something here. And I've got no idea how big it'll be.
Frank, what's the player
Thanks,
need to
Mama.
watch out for here at 18?
Appreciate
That
it.
false front doesn't finish till at least 8 or 9 yards on, Rich, and then you've got 2 different tiers. Plus, it's a narrow green. Club selection here is just so important.
Good swing, good shot yet again.
That's cool. Means a lot. Why I do it.
Try up next. This is to win the Wells Fargo Championship.
Great sense of speed, and you know you can make those, but they were right in the middle.
What a day of golf we saw out there today at Quail Hollow. Outstanding win for this young golfer. Frank, what's your takeaway?
Rich, we can
Ooh,
see
yeah.
why Quail Hollow has cemented its place on the PGA Tour roster.
I didn't already.
This is a golf course that gives us every type of shot that the viewer would like to see and the player would like to hit.
Well said, Frank. For all of us here at EA Sports, I'm Rich Lerner saying so long from the Wells Fargo Championship.
Well, should I stay on golf or should I go do something else? My puppy is melting right now. Great, I saw a lot of water on this one too.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the Players.
Welcome once again to TPC Sawgrass for the Players. This is Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo, set to bring you all the action. And Frank, the 17th hole is always the place to be during this great championship.
It certainly is, Rich. The energy, as we know, each and every year has just been electric at 17, and I don't expect it to be any different today.
Action continuing here. We've just made the turn. Let's go out to number 10, see what's happening. Frank, nothing spectacular to this point in the first round. What does the player need to do just to kind of generate some momentum?
I actually think they're playing all right, Rich. It's just, you compared to the top of the leaderboard, you start to think, well, maybe they're struggling. But there's ebbs and flows in this game. At the moment, it's just sort of almost like a holding pattern. But it's time to change that. Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
Well, it looks like it's going to be in the rough.
Errant tee shot here, Rich, but going to have to muscle this one out of the rough.
Supposed to be an arrow.
This is a 99-yard shot. You want to get to what they call the gauntlet, 16, 17, and 18 with a chance. 16 is the reachable par 5. You can make eagle there. And then the final 2 holes, you just want to steer clear of trouble. Though, with bold play, and you mentioned it with Craig Perks, you could make birdies.
It really is a case of mind over matter when you look at those holes. You're right. If you took away the water, you'd think they're 3 nice holes. But it wouldn't be the same. You intimidate the player as he plays 15. He's well aware of the finishing 3 holes.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read.
Got him doing it right on.
And who knows? It is a 4-round tournament, setting himself up for a good weekend, maybe a great one. Young star makes his birdie. Now the time to be aggressive. Par 5, 558-yard, 11th hole, Frank. What's the key here?
Tee it high and let it fly. This is the big chance here. This is one of the widest fairways on the golf course. This is where you chance it all. It is long and long. And that, with a little bit of breeze behind, it's long.
He rode the wind there to payday. He's going to have a good look coming up. This could be a huge momentum swing here, Frank.
Yeah, one more good swing, and he's going to have an eagle putt coming up. I know you don't want to get ahead of yourself, but it is well on the cards.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor.
Not a nice shot.
Couldn't have done much better than that. Eagle is very possible. So a tester from 4 feet. And with that, he moves to the under. Did that every time. Up now, hole number 12. It's a short one, 358 yards, par 4.
This can catch you off guard. If you just try and hit the ball on the fairway, if you're on the middle of the fairway, the left side, you will have a blind second shot. So ideally, hit it down that right side of the fairway if you want to see the flag.
Uh-oh. Flag. Yeah.
Good news is, Frank, you can see the golf ball. I guess the bad news is that's kind of an uncertain lie in that mulch.
Yeah, there's nothing really good about that. You'd rather it be in the rough.
Strong winds continue to be a factor. Frank, I know you've played all over the world. How much did you enjoy the challenge of playing into a stiff breeze?
Well, it was a chance to separate yourself from the rest of the field, Rich. Just like these conditions we're seeing right now. You've really got to be smart. Pick the right shot. If you get too aggressive on a day like today, you'll pay a far more severe price than normal.
Club selection obviously is crucial.
Oh, it's imperative today.
Take an extra club or two, choke down.
Very much so.
Coming out of the rough and right up next to the hole. Settles in over the putt.
Oh, what?
So close.
And yet it still counts for another shot.
Not what he had in mind when he stepped to the tee, but it would be just one drop shot, just for bogey. Now at -2 for the day. One of the great things about this golf course, Frank, a variety of par 3s, different yardages. Here at the 13th, 181-yard par 3.
Yeah, this is where you have to be careful on the tee there. Anything left's just going to be eaten up by that lake. Matter of fact, if you hit one with a little bit of a hook and it catches the mound, it can still kick into the lake. So this one here, just be a little cautious on the tee.
That one ends up in the rough.
That went sideways.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Been this way all day. Airtight, no mistakes, solid shot.
And yet another green in regulation.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Good work right there. He'll settle for par. All right, Frank, this one gets everybody's attention. 14th, 481 yards, par 4.
It's not just the length of this hole. Water down the left, mounds to the right. This is it. You got to buckle up here. Tee it up. This has to be your best swing.
Uh-oh.
So that sets up a tougher second shot, missing the fairway with the drive, now in the rough. Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. This is a good-looking shot. Frank, how good was that just to get it on the green?
Well, from that shot there, you would have thought for sure that there was no chance he had of finding the green. That was some shot.
Needs a few more of those. That was a good birdie.
Yeah, this time, that one gets him in the top 10.
Just before we get to what they call the gauntlet, 16, 17, and 18, 15 requires all of your attention, doesn't it, Frank?
Personally, I think this is the prettiest hole on the golf course, Rich. I've actually often gone back there and taken pictures. Just a gentle dogleg to the right. You come out of the chute. Seems to be a generous fairway. He's loading up on it.
Look at the coil there. Just pulverized that golf ball. Headed for the bunker? Well, we'd like to have that one back in the bunker.
Still a chance to get it up and down.
All right, Frank, second shot.
Yeah, it looks like a good lie. Just take maybe half a club more than the distance allows. Still got to check the wind. Don't have to fly the ball all the way to the flag from here. target.
Great shot coming out of that bunker right there.
Showing some skills today.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. And with that birdie, leads to third place. There you have it, Frank. First round is complete. What are your thoughts, partner?
Rich, I think anyone inside the current top 10 of that leaderboard is certainly well placed to go on and take this championship.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the Players.
There really is nothing like it in golf. The stadium course at TPC Sawgrass, home to the Players Championship. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. And what a golf course, Frank. And obviously the most famous hole. That little island, par 3, 17th. And it's the ultimate hold-your-breath moment. When that ball is airborne on a Sunday afternoon, you don't know. Wet or dry, victory or agonizing defeat.
It's certainly a great temptress. And it's fitting in this golf course that was created for two reasons. By Pete Dye, it was created a cliffhanger of sorts to test the great players in the world. And of course, it was built with natural viewing in mind. So it's the perfect stadium venue for this championship.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpet.
Rich, if you and I had lives like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
So. Oh.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. We just saw a player in total control of what he's doing. Didn't miss a green in regulation all day long. Par yesterday, now for birdie. A nice birdie right there.
Could not have come at a better time. Third place now.
Here we are at the eighth.
Got your
Pete
headset?
Dye's famed stadium course at the TPC Sawgrass. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. Frank, this is a hole that I really like.
And players do too, Rich, especially off that back tee where it must be about 80 yards of shoot that you go through before the hole actually starts to open up. And this green, 11 bunkers in total around the whole putting surface.
Frank had hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
You wonder what he was thinking on that.
And he's made the green. Frank, a solid par right there, maintains his position. Frank, now at the ninth, this really is one of my favorite par fives in the entire sport.
And I certainly enjoy watching people play it today, Rich. It used to be unreachable, but the longer hitters now, we're starting to see them go for this par 5 regularly in 2. And the reason why they start to hit the drive more down the right now than what they used to. People used to try and go down the left side. The right side, it hugs the water, but you get a better view of the second shot.
Excellent start off the tee. That's a great way to begin this hole. Good lie in the fairway. Good chance to make something happen here. This becomes a different kind of battle out there today with these strong, gusty winds. Players will have to think. They'll have to take extra club. And this will not be easy.
This looks like it's heading for the bunker.
Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. He'll need to be strong with this. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Looks to be a good setup going into the green here at the 10th. Second shot now at the 10th, and again, Frank, accuracy is at a premium.
Yeah, gone are the days to sort of thrash it out of the trees like Phil Mickelson. Ideally, coming out of that fairway, you're heading to a green that moves to the right. It makes it a little bit more difficult than what the mind's eye first sees.
Early part of this back nine and a good approach shot. And I'll have this for birdie. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. You get the sense now with that birdie that our young star, so explosive, is setting himself up for a big weekend run. So all the scores have been posted for round number 2, and look who is on top of the leaderboard, Frank.
Yeah, with 2 very solid rounds of golf. Key right now, just stay out of your own way and keep it up. The pressure will start to build. We know that as you get closer to the end of this tournament.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the Players.
There's something about a well-hit shot.
Interesting, with the almost space-age advancements in golf equipment with new, lighter materials, and with the increased focus on fitness and strength, players are hitting the ball longer than ever. That has forced architects to lengthen the golf courses without sacrificing the integrity or the shot value of the original design.
Beautiful shot. That is touching.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
Pretty much doing everything right this week. 11 under for the tournament. 7th hole here at TPC Sawgrass generally plays into the wind, one of the stadium course's most difficult greens to hit, Frank.
It's a really weird tee shot here. You have those 3 little pot bunkers down the right, and then that bunker that meanders once again all the way down the left side. A bunker that's just slightly right of the canal. Very awkward angle off the tee. That's an absolute beauty.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
That would be a great look at birdie. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. Oh yeah, birdie, Frank, and another shot closer.
Sniffing in the right direction.
Frank, this is a hole that I really like. The 8th, 237-yard par 3, just a necklace of bunkers surrounding the green. What's the best approach?
You come out through that chute or that hallway of trees there, and this being the longest of the 4 par 3s at TPC Sawgrass, the green actually plays much smaller than what it looks because of that narrow entry.
Oh! Back.
That's well played. Looking perfect. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. That just brings a smile to your face, puts a little pep in the step when you make them from downtown.
Frank, the 9th is really a good par 5, isn't it?
There's so many options here. Just play it away, sort of 3-wood it down there, then go to the right and sort of wedge it on the green. But it's very tempting, especially in the right wind conditions. And that's if they're coming over your shoulder for a right-hander from right to left. Then this par 5 is very reachable.
That's a good start to the hole, right down the middle.
Playing his second shot here at the par 5.
This is not heading in the right direction.
Looks like it's going to be in the rough. How tough is this going to be now from the rough, Frank?
It's tough to say, Rich. So much is going to depend on that lie. You're going to need a little bit of luck.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in.
Oh, too much.
On the green, and looking at a birdie opportunity. Everybody loves him. Birdie on the car. Excellent front side. Trying to keep it going here on the second 9.
He's just playing beautifully, hitting so many good shots, giving himself so many opportunities. Can he keep it going?
Oh, shit.
Long drive, but a bad lie.
Wicked.
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Seems to like it. Now for the back part of the green. Early part of this second 9. Good approach shot. Now, pretty good chance for birdie.
That's a snap, though.
That was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
So they'll tap in. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Good third round, Frank, and a good spot heading to the final 18.
Yeah, to be in the top 5 right now, the caliber of this field, know that your game is good enough too, and a legitimate chance of taking home the trophy come tomorrow night. This really is what all those hours on the range contribute to, this moment right now.
Live people, how's it going, everybody?
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live final round coverage of the Players.
Welcome to the Players Championship, always one of the most unpredictable Sundays in golf. This is Pete Dye's masterful creation, TPC Sawgrass. We're located in Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida.
And what a championship final round we're in for today, Rich. Whatever happens in the first 15 holes will only be exaggerated, accentuated. Your choice over 16, 17, and 18. Three famous holes, all with water in play. And we've seen just about every scenario possible over the last few years. Today, we get to add to it.
Getting set now for the approach at the 15th.
Yeah, good-looking second shot here, but you've got to be precise. Hardly a flat spot on this green.
So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot. They par yesterday, this one for birdie.
There it is.
Given the situation, Rich, things so tight at the top. Very, very good birdie.
That was huge right there. Still with a great chance to come away with this title.
He's loading up on it.
Look at the coil there.
That is burning through the atmosphere. Look at that thing. It's got a tail on it.
That's like a rocket ship. That one was launched by NASA. He moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough. Safely on dirt.
That was a big, bold strike, and now a chance for a big, bold move. Putt for eagle coming up.
It did. Shot gone forever.
You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. That has to feel good. That's a birdie. Frank, not to plant the seed of doubt, but we must deliver the facts here on this telecast. 44 balls in the water a couple of years ago, 28 last year.
Rich, that's the announcer's curse. What will he do? Oh, this is heading in the wrong direction.
Uh-oh. A lucky break right there.
Yeah. That's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
8-foot putt here.
So many crappy greens from me.
He's made it.
Now to the 18th hole here at TPC Sawgrass. 462-yard par 4, Frank, and another example of visual intimidation from the designer, Pete Dye.
Those wooden bulkheads that go all the way down the left side of 18 give you like a and there's not a single fairway bunker on the right to give you something specifically to aim at. So you've got to fixate on one of those trees. This is not a hole where you want to be looking at anything other than a specific target.
He has just hammered this drive here at the 18th, and now he is in a really good position to make a birdie here on the final hole. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yep, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
That's how you play the game. Right there. Stick it in close and then knock in the birdie to win the Players' Championship.
Gee,
Well, just when you thought they might pick up one, now settle for a par.
Needs this for par. Well, considering the lead that he has on the rest of the field, a par is all you need. Just a tremendous week of golf, and that, my friend, is a winner right there.
Yeah, and he should be proud of himself, too. It took golf of the highest quality to beat this high-quality field, and that is something that you will remember for a long, long time.
oh well, we got pretty far. I think I'm gonna end the stream here. That wasn't that entertaining. Everybody who stopped by, I can't thank you enough. And I was playing on my own and didn't have anybody in the party, so I'm sure it wasn't very entertaining. Glad y'all stopped by. Hope everybody has a good one.